Welcome, welcome, welcome to the John Louis Memory School. Today, we are going to dive headfirst into the absolutely wild world of plants. So get ready because everything you're about to hear is designed to stick right in that brilliant brain of yours.
That's right, Brainiacs. You found us. This is the one and only school where forgetting is completely and totally forbidden. We're here to make learning about the plant kingdom so fun and so memorable, you won't have a choice. Let's get to it. So, I gotta ask, are you ready? Are you really ready to learn this scandalous secret life of plants? Because let me tell you, if you think they're just sitting there looking pretty, you are in for a big surprise. We are pulling back the green curtain to show you all the drama. Okay, our first stop on this tour is the hottest party in the entire neighborhood, happening right inside a flower. Yeah, this is where all the action is, and it's all about one thing, my friends, making more plants. Now, plants have two totally different ways of doing this. First up, you've got asexual reproduction. Think of this as the clone army. A brand new plant just pops up. It grows right from a root or a stem of its parent. It's an exact copy, a perfect little twin. But then you have sexual reproduction, which is way more like a high-stakes dating game. This is where seeds get involved to create brand new, totally unique little plant babies. You can't have a party without a crew, right? Well, first on the list is the sepal. This guy is the bouncer. He's that tough green part on the outside that protects the flower bud when it's just a baby. Then you've got the petals. Oh, the petals are the decor and the DJ. They use their flashy colors and sweet scents to get all the important guests like bees and butterflies onto the dance floor. And of course, no party is complete without the headliners. Let's hear it for the androecium. This is our boy band, the male part of the flower. It's made up of these things called stamens, and at the very top of the stamen, you've got the anther. That's where all the pollen is made. And who runs this whole show? Well, that's the gynoecium, the queen bee. She's the female part. Down at her base is the ovary, holding all the precious ovules. Then there's the style, which is like a long runway, leading up to the stigma at the top, which is perfectly designed to catch all that incoming pollen. What a setup. So who's actually at this party? Well, some flowers are unisexual. That means they only have the boy band or the queen bee, but not both. A corn plant is a perfect example of this. But other flowers are bisexual. They've got the whole crew, male and female parts all in one flower. Think of a beautiful rose. It's got the whole shebang. And you know these flowers have to look good for the party, right? Well, welcome to Petal Fashion Week. Those gorgeous reds, blues, and purples you see, that's all thanks to a pigment called anthocyanin. And the dazzling yellows and oranges? That's the work of carotenoids, darling. And of course, that classic green look is from good old chlorophyll. It's all about fashion, and that fashion is all about attracting the right pollinators. All right, the party is absolutely bumping, the decorations are perfect, and now it's time for the main event. Get ready for the Great Pollen Race. This is where things get serious, folks. It's all about pollination. So what is this race all about? The mission, should you choose to accept it, is to get those tiny pollen grains from the male anther all the way over to the female stigma. This isn't just a game. This is Mission Pollen Impossible. It is the #1 most important step for a plant to make fruits and seeds. No pressure. Now, in this race, there are two main strategies. You've got self-pollination, where a flower pollinates itself. Yeah, it's the easy way out, and it works, but over time, it tends to make weaker plants. Then there's the real championship event, cross-pollination. This is when pollen travels from one flower to a completely different one. It's tougher, but wow, the payoff is huge. This is how you get strong, healthy plants and all sorts of amazing new varieties. So how does the pollen actually get from point A to point B? It's time to choose your pollen delivery service. You can go with wind delivery, also known as anemophily. For that, the flowers are usually small and the pollen is super light, like with grass. Or how about water delivery, hydrophily? That pollen's got a special waterproof coating. But the premium service, that's insect delivery, or entomophily. For this, flowers go all out. Big, bright, colorful, and smelling amazing to get those bees on the job. And hold on, it's not just the wind, water, and bugs. Get this, birds do it too. That's right, when birds get in on the action, it has its own fancy name, ornithophy. Who knew? Okay, so the pollen has completed its impossible mission. It has landed on the stigma. What happens next? Fertilization. This is the magic moment, the fusion of the male and female gametes. They join together to become one single cell called a zygote, which then grows into an embryo, a tiny, perfect baby plant. But wait, the story is far from over. A new life has been created, and now it's time for the next generation, the seeds, to pack their bags and go on a grand adventure. So what happens to the flower after fertilization? It's a total transformation. The ovaries starts to swell up and becomes a delicious fruit. And inside, the little ovules grow up to become seeds. As for those beautiful petals that threw the amazing party, well, their job is done. They just gracefully fall away.
Now, not all these plant babies are created equal. They basically fall into two big family groups. On one side, you have the dicotyledons, or dicots for short, like beans. They start with two little seed leaves and grow one main deep root. On the other side are the monocotyledons, or monocots, like corn. They pop up with just one seed leaf and have a whole network of stringy, fibrous roots.
So how do these little plant babies leave home and see the world? Oh, they have the coolest ways to travel. Some seeds, like dandelions, just catch the wind and fly away. That's anemochory. Others, like coconuts, are amazing sailors. They just float on the water, which we call hydrochory. A whole bunch of them are hitchhikers, grabbing a ride on animals. That's zoochory. And then you've got the most dramatic ones, like the lady's finger plant. They literally explode to shoot their seeds out. How cool is that? We call it autochory. Okay, a seed can travel all over the world, but eventually it needs to find a good home, put down some roots, and settle down. So let's talk about life in the dirt. Let's talk about soil. Welcome to Plant Real Estate. May I show you some properties? First, we have this lovely sandy soil. It's light, it's airy, but I gotta be honest, water runs right through it. Not for everyone. Or perhaps you'd prefer clay soil. Oh, this one holds water like you wouldn't believe. Perfect if you're a really thirsty plant. But for our premier listing, the dream home, loamy soil. It's the perfect mix of sand, clay, and silt. It holds water just right. It's what every plant dreams of. But, even the perfect house isn't a home without some good friends and neighbors. So let's meet some of the farmer's absolute best friends, nature's little helpers. Check out this helpful crew. You've got the incredible earthworm, basically a superhero that turns garbage into amazing fertilizer called vermicompost. You've got the honeybee, the undisputed champion of cross-pollination. And don't forget the dragonfly, your own personal security guard, zipping around and eating up all the nasty pests. What a team. All right, the party is over, the seeds have found a new home, but did all that amazing information find a home in your brain? It is time for a rapid-fire recall. Let's see what you remember. First question, let's go. What do we call that queen bee, the female part of the flower?
Gynoecium, yes, you got it.
Okay, next one, don't even think. The fancy name for that premium delivery service when insects do all the work. What is it?
Entomophily, you are absolutely on fire. Brilliant.
Give yourselves a huge round of applause for those amazing brains. And of course, a massive thank you to the memory grandmaster himself, John Louis, for sharing these incredible techniques that make learning this stuff so much easier.
So I'll leave you with this one last thought. If you were a seed, which wild dispersal method would you choose? Would you want to fly on the wind, sail the 7 seas? Or maybe, just maybe, you'd want to explode your way into a new adventure? Let us know what you think in the comments below, and we'll see you next time right here at the John Louis Memory School.